questions?
Last game was 22, didn't go as planned. You know, we didn't do a good job of executing the game plan. We worked on specifically some things leading up to this game, knowing what Seton Hall was going to bring to the table. A team that hadn't won a conference game, and they were hungry. And the energy level was going to be up real high. I thought we came out and we did that, but I'll take the blame for that. Evidently, I didn't do a good job of getting our guys fully prepared, and that's taking place in this particular game. So, again, they did the things they had to do, especially in the second half. I thought the first half, again, we came out, we were on point in terms of what we were trying to establish, keep them out of the lane, make them take difficult shots. They made some threes early on, but at the same time, I thought our defense, and then right there before the half, I don't know whether it was fatigue, what it was, but our defense, I thought, kind of soft. Hit a shot right at the buzzer that gave them some momentum, and they took that momentum into the second half. So, but I'm very, 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 very disappointed. Very, very disappointed. Like I said, I'll take the blame because I didn't do a good job of getting you guys prepared with what is going to take place.
Mike, just speaking to that, what did you want them to do that they didn't do?
Well, I think number one, when Seton Hall made a big run, I wanted us to come down and really execute, get the ball from side to side. Let's get into the lane and kick out and knock shots down. We did make some shots. I mean, if you look at the shooting percentage, we had some. We missed a lot of layups. And I think on defense, I thought the physicality that takes place in Big East play. And what does that mean? Rebounding, loose balls. There was a lot of opportunities there in the second half. I thought that gave them some momentum, that they came up, it seemed like, with loose ball, we were slow to the ball. But I think overall, just the physicality that takes place.
Coach, since Big East play started, during that time in game when St. John's feels some adversity, how would you feel your team kind of respond?
I think that's all I've been talking about our guys. We haven't responded the right way. I think we have not. Adversity, and we're in a adverse situation right now, and we've got to be able to turn the tables. That's going to be our goal here. As we get into the new year, we've got to be able to. When the going gets tough, we got to get going. I think that's what creates who you're going to be, and we're still not the team we're going to be at the end of the year. We're just having some, in terms of putting it all together. We're just having some issues doing that, and it's going to take. It's going to take all our team, all going in the same direction. Again, we still have some bad possessions, and those possessions, it's like I said, we get down maybe 8 points, and we'll have some quick shots that take place. And so, as I talk about, we work on the execution, the game plan, and then it just kind of, it doesn't happen. And before you know it, you take a couple of three-pointers, and then they're going the other end, they're scoring. And then now that lead that was probably 8, now it's probably 12 or 15. So we got to continue to try to get better at that.
Coach, talking about preparation and urgency, you came into New Jersey last year, and it was the polar opposite of the game we just saw, okay? What do you have to do to turn it around to play like you did last year with that urgency, preparation, dominating defense, what we didn't see today?
I think we had to do it for 40 minutes. I thought we came out in the game early on. I thought our intensity was a par with rebounding basketball. We did a good job of what their sets, what they run. They weren't getting those easy opportunities. They did a good job on Kadari for the most part, right there at the end. We know he's a big part of what they do. And all of a sudden, it's kind of like the valve kind of opened up. And they started getting, they averaged 60-some points. They scored 80-some points. So defensively, I think, and that's where pride comes in. I think that's where a lot of pride got to come in.
You think you shot too quickly and didn't value the ball when they had that run?
I think so. Yeah. I think that's what took place. We had some bad turnovers that led to easy opportunities for them, and we had some quick shots that led some more opportunities. But I think still yet. Our defense, but and when you don't score, that's what happens. Your defense lets up a little bit.
Mike, did you watch the All Access game back to see how
another coach like game plans against your defense?
No, I did not watch. I didn't watch all access. I watched the game. I didn't watch all access.
Okay, no, just to see like if you could take anything away from to maybe defend a little bit better since in Big East play you guys have, your defense hasn't been up to par the way you have anticipated it.
I think I talked about it. You know, you got to have. You know, you got to do it for 40 minutes. Again, for 15 minutes early on, we did. And then I thought, you know, I don't know whether it was fatigue or maybe I got to get the right guys out there, the substitution. I don't know. But you also got to be able to score. I think that keeps your defense, your energy up. You know, we've been coaching a long time, okay, and people have prepared quite a few ways, okay, and all we're trying to do is get our guys to play at that high level that we obviously play at for 40 minutes, and right now we haven't done it.
Did Seton Hall surprise you in any way offensively?
No, we knew what they were going to do. Like I said, I just thought in the second half, you know, coming out, we always talk about that first 5 minutes of really coming out and not letting them do the things they want to do. You know, like I said, but I thought the momentum shot was the shot that Kadari hit there at halftime. But I thought the physicality, they just physically took it. They were getting every loose ball. It seemed like we came up short on everything. And even when we had opportunities to the basket, we didn't finish.
Coach, you shook up the lineup today. Is that something you're going to stick with going forward?
I've said at the beginning of the year we're going to have about 7, 8 starters.
We're going to take a couple more, Roger, then Joey to wrap it up.
Mike, I have 2 of them for you. The first one is, you know, you were talking about that, you know, you don't like the way that the team is responding to adversity. A lot of times, like, you hear that about an inexperienced team. You have a veteran team, guys who, as you said after last game, have been through it. How do you get a veteran team to pick up that quality of responding to adversity?
I think with what has taken place as we got into Big East play, because you got to remember now, there's the non-conference, now you're in Big East play. And we've had some games where, for periods, we played pretty well. And then when it comes to that, where, you know, you got to strap it up, you know, we hadn't played as well. And so, with that being said, I think we got to learn from those situations. We got to learn from this situation. I mean, this team outplayed us today. That's the bottom line. And that's how you learn. And when you talk about a veteran team, also you're adding some pieces that haven't been there. And so they've got to get acclimated, and hopefully we try to expedite that with the new guys coming in. You know, those guys with Andre and Davey. You know, those guys are veteran guys. You know, but they got to get acclimated with the team that we have present here. So, but it's just, again, it's just a matter of getting more guys playing at a high level the way we want to play.
And it's about the halfway point of the regular season. You know, looking at it as a whole, where do you feel like your team is in the progress to where you want it to be?
I think we got some work to do in terms of, especially when, you know, adversity comes, when this physicality, what takes place. I think that's what we got to do. We got to get tougher. That's the bottom line. I mean, we can sit here and go through all the, if you want to go through all the questions and all that, we got to be a lot more tougher.